Hello, everyone. I'm Mark,
I'm Rob.
and welcome to Mark and Rob's Sports Showdown, the hottest and best sports talk show on YouTube in the planet, including Mars, because we invited Martians to watch our show because we said we don't care about skin color, even green people. Anyways, even Rob would be allowed to watch our show with his green shirt. Okay, hey, anyways, welcome. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe. We need more subscribers and hit that notification bell when you do. And guess what? Make some intelligent, non-insulting comments and join our live show Eastern Time, 7 to 8 on Mondays, every Monday except for major holidays. So today we're going to talk about AJ Wilson and a little bit about Caitlin Clark and Brianna Stewart. AJ Wilson, give you a background. She is a two-time MVP. She's former player of the year in college, and she led her team to the championship the last 2 years, the Aces. And last year, though, she came in third in the MVP voting, but it was really, really close. Brianna Stewart won. That was her second MVP. And I guess Alyssa Thomas was second, but it was almost a tie. So, so I think she could be fueled by that. I'm just pointing that out. Her and Brianna Stewart both have, I think, 2 championships and 2 MVPs. And Brianna Stewart came in 2 years earlier, but had 1 year she lost due to injury. So they've had like 1 season different, I believe it is. Anyways, but this year, her numbers are all up. And I'm going to ask the audience why you think. I have 3 reasons why I think they're up. And one is, obviously, because she didn't get the MVP last year. One is that Caitlin Clark gets an insane amount of publicity. And also, I think her and Brianna Stewart have something going competition-wise. And I'll give you a background on that. Brianna Stewart was interviewed recently, and she asked who the 5 greatest players of all time was. And she, of course, included Diana Taurasi. I think she said Cheryl Miller. I think she said Candace Parker and one other person. But she didn't say, Lisa Leslie, I think she said. She didn't include Lauren Jackson, or she didn't include AJ Wilson, just so you know. But she included herself. So she's basically saying, I'm better than AJ Wilson because they both have 2 MVPs and 2 championships, and AJ Wilson won the last 2 championships. So that's the way I would read it. And she's also saying she's better than Lauren Jackson, which I don't think she is, or at least she hasn't established herself as this. In fact, if someone was asking me that question, I was only halfway into my career, I wouldn't put myself on the list. Yeah. But I think Brianna Stewart has an ego, not as bad as Diana Taurasi's, but all the University of Connecticut women, not all of them. I'm just kidding. No, if you went to the University of Connecticut, I'm just kidding. All right. There does seem to be a little click there going on there. They support each other.
I mean, you guys took it for your college, you know.
I understand. I'm just saying. I didn't say anything too bad. I just said, all right. So let me go over her numbers, and I think you'll see what I'm talking about. She seems inspired and motivated this year. So last year, she's actually playing a few more minutes. By the way, they're not playing as well as last year because Chelsea Gray is injured. So they're like 500 or something. Last year they had the best record in the league and won the championship. But so she is averaging 3 more points a game, probably because they're missing a star player. And her points are up from 22.8 to 28.6. Her rebounds are up from 9.5 to 11.7. Her assists are up from 1.6 to 2.5. Her steals are up from 1.4 to 1.8. And her blocks are up from 2.2 to 2.6. And her turnovers are the same, which is impressive because you're missing your point guard. So that's impressive. So she's having it. Her field goal percentage is down slightly, 55 to 51%. But her 3-point shooting is up from 31% to 46.7%. Wow. And which is unbelievable. And her free throw shooting went from 81% to 86%. And they played 11. This is after 11 games. I don't know where I think they're 6-5, right? So.
They won last night.
Yeah, I think they're 6-5. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so our numbers are obviously going to go up because Chelsea Gray isn't playing, but not that much. Your 3-point shooting doesn't go up 40 to 46%, and so that's the question is she? I think she's fueled by all those things, and And I think she feels disrespected that nobody knew who she was until Caitlin Clark people started following the WNBA. I think that's part of it. It's not even Caitlin Clark. It's just the fact that she feels disrespected that all these years she's been playing and most of the public didn't know who she was. So then I think she feels disrespected in addition to that because Caitlin Clark gets all this publicity and she doesn't. And I think she may have heard Breanna Stewart say she was one of the 5 greatest players of all time and did include AJ Wilson. And she also is fueled by, she also numbers are up partly because Chelsea Gray isn't there and she has to take more of a load. But what do you think, Rob? What do you think is motivating? And she's, she didn't win she didn't win the MVP last year. So those are a lot of reasons, but I don't know what percentage she's fueled by it, but she's definitely fueled by it because her numbers are clearly up.
Yeah, I think those 3 that you mentioned are definite factors. I'd say definitely with Caitlin Clark, definitely is motivating her because she's getting attention, and then also think that she got slighted with the MVP. So she said, "Well, I'm going to prove." See, that's the point I was making. So she said, "Well, I'm going to prove my game. I'm going to show them that I am the best player in the league." So there'll be no doubt, and that's what she's doing right now. I mean, I just go over her. I have her stats for last night's game. She had 32 points. She was
wasn't she Brittany Griner last night?
10 for 17.
She was
1 for 1.
Right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Griner. Yeah. So
right,
so then she was 1 for 1 3-pointers, 11 for 11 from the free throw line, and she had 15 rebounds.
And read Brittany Griner's stats.
1 steal. 2 blocks and 3 turnovers. So and she had 32 points. So she's trying to make a statement. She had a huge game
against. Let me just jump in 1 second. She had a huge game against a very good player, Brittany Griner. And even though she's coming back for an injury, she's still a very good player. So that's impressive. Rob, read Brittany Griner's stats for me.
Griner almost had Griner had 25 points. She almost had the same stats. She was also 10 for 17 from the field. No free throw, no 3-pointer attempts. 5 for 7 from the free throw line. But I'm surprised Griner, she only had 9 rebounds, 2 assists, only 2 blocks.
Right.
So
listen, I know that.
Want me to read how your buddy did yesterday?
No, I just want to do this. I know that Brittany. I don't even know who you're talking about. I just want to go. I have a point I would make. Brittany Griner.
Know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Who you're talking about? Seriously, who are you talking about? Who's my buddy?
Your buddy?
Yeah.
Diana Taurasi.
Oh. Yeah, but she's not relevant to the conversation, so no, I don't care about her. Her assists have gone up since Brittany Griner got on the team, though. So I know people don't think that Brittany Griner deserves to be on the team because she kneeled for the national anthem, and then we had to trade Mr. Death for her when she got arrested in Russia. But she is one of the top 12 players in the league, and I know she's coming back from an injury, but she just put up huge numbers against the best player in the league. And AJ Wilson is also a defensive player of the year, I believe, in the past, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I just want to say that she probably deserves to be on the team, even though I understand why you don't like her. And if you're in the military and you're upset about the national anthem thing, I understand. I'm sympathetic to that. I just think she is one of the top 12 players in the league. And she is a force internationally because they can't cover her. I saw the Olympics last year, and I think she scored 30 points in one game. I don't know if it was a gold medal game or whatever. They couldn't cover her. They just don't have anybody 6'7" to cover her internationally. So I just want to point that out. Okay, so AJ Wilson, I have no idea what's fueling her this year or what makes her numbers go up. But she's having a great year, and unless she gets injured, she's going to be the MVP, even if the team doesn't win, because she's just playing better than anybody else. So Rob made this point before that if you're upset about Caitlin Clark's publicity, just go improve your game, and then people will notice how great you are because Caitlin Clark is bringing eyeballs into the whole league. So now's your chance to shine. Now's the chance when more eyeballs are in the league, especially anytime you play Indiana. You have a lot of eyeballs are going to be on you, both in fans and even more on television, obviously. So
right,
step up your game.
That's what I think Howard did yesterday. She had a really great game.
Who did?
And she was guarding Caitlin, so she wanted to prove both things.
I didn't hear what name you said. Who?
Howard.
Howard. Yes. Howard had a good game.
She was playing. She had a great game, and she was also guarding Caitlin. So.
Right. So, anyways, Rob made that point on a couple of videos. Just go play better, and you'll get publicity because there's more publicity on the league right now. It's very logical, and so, and I think that's what AJ Wilson's doing. And I feel sorry for AJ Wilson in the sense that I understand where she's coming from. She's the best player in the league, at least she looks this year. I think it was disputable. You could dispute between her and Breanna Stewart before this, but this year it looks like it's her again. And I think, she's in a difficult position because she feels like, where's my attention? This woman hasn't even played a game yet in the league, and she gets 100 times more publicity than me. And yeah, and she's white and I'm black, and our society is white. So I feel sorry for her in that way. What I don't like is that she said it was a huge reason why the Clark is getting this publicity, because that's simply not true. And I've gone over that several times because her nemesis, Breanna Stewart, came into the league 2 years before her. And so she's well aware of this because she was old, and she wasn't old, but she was old enough. She was probably a junior in college when it happened. And she didn't move the needle at all, Breanna Stewart, and she was white. So stop it with it's a huge reason, because it's logically it's not there. It's obviously a reason. Some white people are following her because she's white. No question about it. I can't give you a percentage, but it's not huge. So I think it was unfair to her to say that and make Clark look bad by saying it's a huge reason, to discredit her for her popularity. Her popularity is mainly because she's an exciting basketball player. That's the main reason for her popularity, and that's what they don't get. Wilson's
motivation, which like I said, I'm glad she listened, and that's what she's doing. She says, I'm going to play harder. I'm working on my game. I know I'm the best in the league, and I'm going to show you who I am. If you don't know who I am, this is who I am.
Right. And I'm happy for her, really. And I'm glad she got the endorsement. She got 2. She got Gatorade, and she got Carjack, and she got her shoe deal. But that shoe deal they've been working on for a year or two. So I think it had little to do with Caitlin Clark getting the shoe deal. But, women in the media, black women in the media, and it spoke up about it and said, hey, why isn't she getting anything? And then she did. So I'm glad that she got it.
So that's the thing, Mark. So that right there, there's the thing. So the black media, women in media, are focusing in on Clark when they should be building up A'ja Wilson. They're putting all their attention towards Clark and all the things they want to say. They should be putting it on Wilson.
That's an interesting point. Where was Jemele Hill using her media platform, and all the other women at ESPN? I guess they have media platforms besides when they're on the air at media, when they're on the air at ESPN, because they can only control what they cover at ESPN by so much, because they got bosses that control that. But they have social media, and Jemele Hill is media and gets interviewed all the time. Too much. In fact, I'm tired of her. Okay. But where were they promoting all these women all this time? Because I didn't hear about them.
Right, exactly. I didn't hear
about it. They only promote it when they compare it with Caitlin Clark getting too much.
Right. This just came up recently. Like what happened? What about last year? What about the year she won MVP? I didn't hear anything about her.
Right. So anyway, I'm happy for AJ Wilson. She's playing great. She is the best player in the league this year, and she's fueled by some things. And my theory is it's partly because of the fact that she was upset about the amount of publicity Caitlin Clark was, and she did what Rob told her to do: just go out there and ball and show the whole world, look, I'm the best player in the world. I deserve publicity too, and that's what's happening. I'm glad. That's what I say. And I'm not saying it's a big percentage of the reason she's playing better this year, but I have to think that motivated her a little.
I'm sure it is. Yes, I'm sure it is.
Okay, so I have no idea what percentage you would give all those 4 reasons I came up with. But anyways, that's our take today. And let us know what you think. I could be wrong. Of course, I didn't even give him percentage. I just said I think it's at least a little bit. And, make comments down below, intelligent, non-insulting comments, because I think I was pretty balanced about that. And I'm promoting AJ Wilson, which is what people are saying. Now, let's promote someone besides Caitlin Clark.
Right.
So you should be happy for that. Anyways, let me know what you think. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And our live shows Mondays, Eastern time, 7 to 8. You can call in. You can talk about this if you want. You can give us some ideas, and you can make comments and talk about the All-Star game for the WNBA and things of that nature, and whether or not Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston can mesh better in the future and stuff like that. All right. So don't forget to like the video and share it with your family and friends.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out. Rob was